Good evening, everyone. Now again we are here for next question discussion, and this question is again of economics, and we will discuss it now. So now the question says, it is of 2022 prelims. Question says, with reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. So there are statements with reference to Indian economy. With reference to Indian economy. Again, this is like the last question, which was again with respect to Indian economy. Consider the following statement. If the inflation is too high, RBI is likely to buy government securities. So here we have some terms. Inflation is too high. So inflation, we are talking about inflation. It is too high. RBI, which is the actor main role here, is likely to buy government securities. See, buy government securities. It is going to purchase the government securities. Statement 2 says, if the rupee is rapidly depreciating, it is going down. Inflation is going high in first case, rupee is going down in second case. RBI is likely to sell dollars. In the market. Okay, again here RBI. Third statement says, if the interest rate of USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. So interest rate of USA or European Union were to fall, go down, then it is that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. So which of the following are the correct statements? The options are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. So we will go in this question step by step. First we will discuss inflation. What is inflation and how does it happen? Inflation. So what is inflation? Inflation in regular days or normal words, it is called mahangai in Hindi. Means the prices of commodities have gone too much high or high. Okay. So what happens, as an aspirants we should understand in this way, how does that happen? Suppose there are 2 kg onion in whole of India. 2 kg onions in whole India. Let us suppose it may be 2000 metric tons or 20,000 metric tons, but we are considering 2 kg onions in India. The price per kg of onion is rupees 50 per kg of onion. Means to buy 1 kg onion, we give rupees 50 for, and we give 1 kg, we get 1 kg onion. Now what happens, in somehow due to natural causes or calamities or the crops did not happen good, the onion supply in market is reduced, and we could only produce total 1 kilogram onion. From 2 kilogram it turned to be 1 kilogram. So the supply is short. Means earlier we had 2 kilograms, now we have 1 kilogram in the whole India. So what happens? Then the demand will remain same. Everyone, when 2 kg onion was there, everyone was buying onion, and again 1 kg onion is there, the demand is same, but the supply has gone down. So what will happen? Onion will become short, and rupee was, as it is there, number of printed notes or currencies was constant. Okay, then what would happen? Then everybody will seek onions, and everybody will try to give higher price. Suppose someone say, I will give 80 rupees per kg of onion. Someone says, I will pay rupees 95 per kg of onion, but give me onions. Okay, so what happens? The amount of printed currency is constant. Okay, but the commodity has reduced. So what happened? The amount of printed currency or this currency or rupee depreciates, its values go down, and commodity's value go high. This is called inflation. Means we people don't want rupees, people want commodities more. So value of rupee is down. Nobody wants rupee in respect to this commodities. So people will say, take my rupees, give me commodity. That is the value of currency. Always savings is not the currency. Expenditure is also importance of currency. So what will happen? People will don't say, I will not, I can't eat the cash. Take my rupees, give me commodity. So this what happens? Inflation means the value of rupee has depreciated, the value of commodity has gone up, and the inverse is also true. What happens? Suppose the supply of onion is like the apple, Kashmiri apples, or we have seen in the news some onions have too much there has been too much of crops. Then what happens? There is too much of onion in the market. Suppose there is to 1 kg, it somehow happens to be 10 kg, but the requirement was of 2 kg, it is 5 times. So what will happen? People will say, you have your onions, I will have my money, I don't want too much of onions. Okay, then what happened? It is deflation. Earlier it was inflation, now it is the case of deflation. Deflation means the prices of commodities has gone drastically low, which is also bad for the economy. Inflation, too much inflation is bad, also too much deflation is also bad. Okay, so then what would happen? The commodities amount has increased drastically, but the currency has remained constant. Suppose there was rupees 100 printed currency in all over India and it has remained constant, but the onion has gone to 10 kg. So what would happen? People, the onion sellers will say, please take my onions, give me currency. Okay, at anyhow, but the customer will say, no, you have your onions, I will have little bit of onions, I don't want. Then he will say, okay, give me that much money, okay, but I will give you too much onion. What would I do with it? It will only rot and create problems. So he gives too much of onions. So what happens? Then onions becomes rupees 2 per kilogram. He will say, okay, give me again you give him rupees 50. He will say, give instead of rupees 50 for 1 kilogram, instead of 1 kilogram he will give you 10 kilogram. Take it away, I don't want it. It will take many of my space, and the space cost is also calculated. So this is called deflation. So inflation and deflation. So now again we will understand with respect to government securities and RBI. We very well know what is RBI. We will go for government securities. What is government security? And we have heard RD, FD means recurring deposit, fixed deposit, and the loans and everything related to banks. We will go in the basics of that. Okay, now what is government securities? See, government has some expenditure. What are the expenditure? It has to maintain the present office in all over countries. What is office include? Schools. The government runs schools, schemes, welfare schemes like Manrega and other schemes, Matri Shishu Vandan Yojana, etc. And again it has to some developments, constructions etc. comes in developments, and other expenditure, office expenditure, etc. Post office expenditure, railway expenditure, telecom expenditure. There are a lot of expenditures in this, but government should also, how would it be compensated? Then government will have to some earning, means some earning source. Government will need money. Where will it get money? It will get money from tax, but we all know in India no one wants to pay tax, and they have lots of method to save tax. In fact, income tax advocates or your CA will give you n number of methods how to save tax. Okay, this is the term tax. Then railway tickets, post office tickets no one uses now. etc etc. Telecom sector, no one uses BSNL, means the earning of government is very low. PSUs are also not performing well after after the entry of private sector. So what happens? So a big amount of nearly 70 to 80%, correct me if I am wrong, I might be wrong, 70 to 80% of money comes from where? Government bonds. Government bonds. Government bonds, what is? Bond means government says, give me X amount of money or give me 10 rupees. After some time, I will give you 11 rupees at some interest rate. Okay, give me money. After some time, I will give you some increased amount of money. And where does it get money from? Earlier, it did not used to interact with common people. Now RBI's government has brought policy that people can directly purchase from RBI. So it goes to its bank. Government's bank is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. RBI gives cash to government, money to government for development works and other expenditures. So government, what says? Government gives bond. Light is gone, but bond is also going there. So government gives bond to RBI. Government says, give me money, cash. After some time, I will give you 3 to 4% or something like that extra. Then government gives bond, and this bond, RBI, what RBI does? RBI government, RBI, SBI or other banks. We will take SBI here, or ICICI, Axis Bank, any bank. For example, what does it do? RBI government takes money from here, money, and gives bonds. Bonds are nothing but promised by government. Then RBI, what RBI will do? RBI will sell these bonds to SBI or other banks or Axis Bank, many banks or financial institution. Then what will they do? They will give money to RBI, and these bonds changes to loans or other bonds, FD, RD, to the customer. Who is the customer? We are the customer, or any industry which wants money. If you want to start a business, where do you get money from? So you approach a bank gives you money, and want some interest, gives you some loan. You want to build home, what will you do? Go to bank, give me some money. After some time, I will give you in an increased amount of money at 8% or something. So it gives to customer. Okay, so it gives loans or bonds. So if it is bond, if it is in the form of bond, what happens? Customer gives money, and if is in the form of loans, then bank gives the money. Okay, so here something also happens. Suppose government is giving RBI bonds at the rate of 2%, then the RBI will give SBI at the rate at 4%, which is called repo rate. We will discuss it later. It is not required here. It is called repo rate. And this will give bond at 6.5% to the customer. Okay, and it will take the money. This cycle goes on, and the reverse cycle also goes on when the loan is given by the bank to this and all. Okay, so okay, this is the system. So what is called government securities. And now we will discuss the option number 1. So let me clean this place, and now we are able to with this information we are able to solve the option number first. So first option says, if the inflation is too high, RBI is likely to buy government securities. Inflation is too high means inflation is high means the money supply in market has increased. Money in the market has increased, and what happens? The value of money goes down, because gold is valuable, because we cannot find gold after digging mud in it is not on the streets, it is not everywhere, it is very scarce, so it has value, and also useful utility also determines value. but it is not everywhere. Suppose there is everywhere onions in the market, then what happens? Value of onions go down. So everywhere there is money in the market, then what happens? The value of money goes down. Everybody is rich, everybody is spending, and the value of money has gone down. When the amount of money in the market or supply of money in the market is increased, money in the market supply increased, then its value goes down. Okay, then if the supply is decreased, then its value goes high. So if there is inflation, inflation means money supply is very increased too much, है? So what will government do? It will buy government securities. If it buys government securities, then it will have to give money. What RBI, if RBI buys government securities or bonds, then what happened? It will have to give cash to the bank. Then bank will give it to customer. Bank will buy government security as bonds from the customer, and what will happen? It will push cash. Then again the cash will increase in the market. It was already high, then we are also pushing it again, then it will increase the inflation. So to control the inflation, what happens? We have to increase the value of the currency. We have to decrease the supply of money in the market. Then what does the government do? Government will say, I will sell the bonds, give the money back. If the money is reduced from the market, then people will say, where is the money? Where is the money? I want money. I want money. Then the value of money will increase. So cash supply will go in the bank. This circle happens over time. This is repeated again and again. This is whole economics. Then what will government do? It will say, I will give you government securities. It will sell government securities. Give me cash. This. I will sell you government securities. Give me cash. So cash is coming from the market to the government. Then the supply of cash or money in the market is reduced. Then its value is increased, and the value of rupee will increase, and the value of commodity will go down. Then inflation comes under control. Okay. So this option is incorrect. This option is incorrect. Simple. So if we look at the options, this option is incorrect. This option is incorrect. This option is incorrect. We have got our answer. But we will discuss other two options also. So second option is saying these are very conceptual. We should not ignore these options of prelims. They are given by the UPSC in your paper, even if they are wrong, but it means something. Okay, so we cannot ignore. These are the important. These are the peripheral knowledge which we are talking about. Now the second option says, if the rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. Now one thing we know, if the value of rupee is going down, government will sell bonds and take back the rupee. Another method is dollar. Dollar we have discussed in previous class is very important currency, because it is like English language. It is used everywhere, universal currency. Almost every country wants dollars. So what would happen in India? Also many person want dollars. So what will happen in the Indian market? Suppose this is our India. I will not the map. This is our India. Okay. In India, what happens? With respect to dollar, our inflation has rupee value is depreciating. That it was talking about inflation. Now it is talking about rupee value with in comparison with dollar. So it is case number 2. In India, what happened? Rupee is going down and dollar is going high. Means dollar is going high means dollar in the market has reduced. That's why everybody is searching, where is the dollar? Where is the dollar? I want dollar. I will give you this much of money, rupees. Give me dollars. And rupees amount has increased unexpectedly. So amount of rupees has increased and amount of dollar has decreased. So what will government do? Government will say, okay, if we supply too much of dollar in the market, then its value will go down. If we take back rupee, then its rupee's value will go high. Government says, I will sell the dollar. People want dollar, I will give dollar. Government, what does government does? RBI, government not RBI in this question. RBI, what does it do? It will give to the bank or exchanges, currency exchange. It will give dollar and it will take back rupee, and rupee will start disappearing from the market. Its value will go high and dollar's value will go down. That is monetary policy, and that's how government controls the rate of rupees and rate of dollar. But as we discussed in the last class, it has also side effect. Normal people, if you go in a tea shop and nukkad chai, okay, and you start discussing, यार क्या चल रहा है, रुपया गिर रहा है, डॉलर बढ़ रहा है, ऐसा है, हमारा देश डूब जाएगा. But normal people will not understand the economics. The third option will teach us this concept. Okay, so what happens? The third option, we will look at the third option. Second option is also correct, we know from the answers. Third option, if the interest rate of USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. Now this is the present scenario. Why dollar is rising? 80 rupees or 81 rupees. 80 rupees is equal to $1. How? Because what has happened, I told you in the last class, USA is saying, invest in our country, I will give you high interest rate. Invest in our country, I will give you high interest rate. If you give me $1, I will return after some time $1.06 or $1.03. Okay, so this has they have increased their interest rate. So what will happen? Every company like Apple, Amazon, or some FII, it is foreign institutional investors, means some company. Institutional means some company, foreign company is investing. They seek places to invest their money to multiply it. And forest, and another is FDI, foreign direct investment, means people of foreign countries, they want to invest direct investment. Okay, they will take out the money from India, Europe, Arabs, everywhere they will take out their money and supply to USA and multiply it n number of times. So it is happening. That's why that what is happening means government of USA is saying, give me dollars, I will give you bonds. What USA is doing? Give me dollars, I will give you bonds. So dollar supply is going back in the USA. Dollar is in a scarcity in the world, and bonds have increased. So the other currencies are falling. But I have said, as I have said earlier, other currencies are falling at high rate, but our currency is falling, but at the lower rate in comparison to theirs. So this is a good thing, but still we have to fight. So what happens? This reverse scenario is given here. If the interest rate of USA or European Union were to fall, means USA says ki give me, I will give you bonds, I will take bonds, give me, I will give you dollars. So this is the thing. Then what will our government do? India says, okay, India say, I will buy your dollar, okay, and you take the bonds. What will happen? That is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars or take our rupee. About to fall, that like RBI to buy dollars. Okay, this concept will not explain it here. Reverse concept is not working here. Earlier what I have taught is correct, but reverse concept will not clear this concept. Okay, up to this point the concept was clear. Now what happens in this case? If the interest rate of USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. Why? Because the government of India or RBI doesn't want the dollar rate to go too much of low and rupee to go high. See what is happening here. You see, this is a paradox. government does not want rupee to go too much high. Why? Because the products of India, which is India is exporting, will become costlier. Suppose if tomorrow $1 is equal to 50 rupees, then what would happen? Now the Americans and other countries people will not be interested in buying Indian products. Why? Because it has become costly. Okay, so the government also wants ki if our exports to increase, trade competitiveness in the last class, if our export to increase, we should have low value of rupees. Low value of rupees means our product should be cheaper. To make our product cheaper, we should depreciate our rupees. If the value of rupee is depreciated, then what happens? Then our export will increase, and ultimately in the long run it will help India to grow. Okay, so it is a small sacrifice. Normal people won't understand this. They will say that okay, dollar is going high, rupee is going down, etc., etc. But this is the policy of RBI. This is the policy of government. They want that if our export have to be increased, then we will have to sell it at cheaper rate. If our currency is naturally going down, then it will increase our exports. So for this case, if the interest rate of USA or European Union were about to fall, that is likely to induce buy dollars. The government will buy dollar. Government of India will buy dollar, then help USA to increase their currency value. And if their currency value is increased, ours will be decreased. If ours will be decreased, what happens? Our products will become cheaper. If our products become cheaper, then exports goes high, and export goes high, it increases our GDP, increases our business. Our businessmen will start investing more, and the currency supply will increase, and we will get new commodities, new R&D, research and development, and new employment will be created, because new product factory will be set up. What happens if I am a businessman? My product is being sold at a minimum margin. What would happen? I will require manpower. I will require more space. So I will rent a space. I will call some new workers. I will hire some new employees. I will invest more in research and development. What can I do more at a minimum thin margin? If my volume of sales is increasing, then this increases business, and this makes a nation develop. So if the currency is going down, if rupees is going down, it is not a thing of concern. It is a thing of concern. It should not go like Venezuela, that the currency has dipped too much. It should go down. It is like a giving discount, big billion days. Government of India wants to give discount to other countries, big billion days. Buy our products at cheap rate. It is naturally going down because of the monetary policy of USA. USA, to control its inflation, wants its dollar back in the market, like the RBI was doing here. The same thing. I think it will get too much complicated if I repeat it again and again. This is the simple thing. You should also research about it, and study from other sources. Okay, so that was it. Thank you for listening.